Today I'm going to take you through one of the most common issues that you found in pinball machines, particularly from this era in the 90s. It's the reset issue. And that basically means that in the middle of the game, you're playing and suddenly the computer reboots. This is caused by a circuit within the board that monitors the board to see that it has sufficient voltage to run the board. And when that voltage drops below the critical levels, it just says, look, let's start the board again. And that's what causes the reboot issues. There are a number of different causes of this, and some of them are simple, some of them are really quite painful, involve changing quite a few components. I'm going to take you through step by step as I look into this Bram Stokers Dracula machine, which I'm having the reset issues on, and we'll take you through how we solve it. And hopefully it's one of the simpler ones today. Before that, I'd like to ask you to hit the subscribe button. When I get to 100, I get to name my channel. When I get to 1,000, I start to monetize and then can retire. Not. Anyway, let's first take you in and show you what the problem is and show you how this is manifesting itself in this game in particular. Okay, so the game boots up fine. It looks, there's no issues on the test. You can even start a game.
Welcome to my home.
And you can, the flippers flip, no problem. You can launch the ball. And play normally. So there's no problems with this, but the moment you fit both flippers together, when you fire them both together, so let's show you that again, because it only happens in very specific cases on this game. Again, the game starts. I'm just going to cradle up a ball and show you how it's happening. So both flippers work. I can even fire both flippers simultaneously so long as the one is on hold rather than fire. But the moment I fire both of them together when they are on the main coil, you'll see it'll reset. So let's get stuck into what potentially is causing this. So the first things we're going to look at, the connectors 101, 114, which is up here, 16, 17 and 18, 16, 17 and 18, and looking for just poor connections. And I'm just going to reseat those connections. So the other thing we're going to do is check to see that the board is grounded properly, and it grounds it on the corners where these screws attach. So you want to see that this is a nice good ground, and this board's got a bit of wiggle on it. So we'll go and just check those. So we're going to reseat 101, 114, 116, 17 and 18, and just check those and see if that potentially fixes the problem. So I'll just unplug those and plug those back in, looking for bad plugs. These plugs look actually quite fine. 14, 16, 17 and 18. And I'm just going to tighten up those screws on the corner of the driver board, which establishes the ground, which seem to be loose on this game. On two of the corners. So that could be the very simple thing, that these ground screws were loose. Turn on the game. Both flippers. So see I'm able to fire both of those simultaneously. So that is the best case scenario on this whole thing. Simply a matter of the board not being properly grounded, which meant that the voltage was dropping because it didn't have a good connection to ground. I doubt that the reseating of any of these cables were the problem. If it shows up again, then I'll establish that that was the problem, but for now I'm going to take this one as a win, that it was simply that the board wasn't screwed in properly. So just next time your board is resetting, don't jump to start getting the soldering iron out. Have a look at PinWiki. There's a whole lot of steps there. In this case, it was just a simple case, I believe, of the board not being properly grounded in the corners. I'll put a full list of the other quick, easy steps to check. Checking connectors, checking the solder joints, and obviously checking the ground that was the issue here. That's the first place to start. Apparently that accounts for a large amount of resets. So I'm going to get stuck into playing this game now. Thanks very much for watching. If you liked it, click the thumbs up, click subscribe, hit the little bell. Until next time.